Hello and welcome to the Art of War Plus One. I'm Liam Spronken and I'm here with Daniel Reel.
Hey guys, good to be here.
And today we're going to be playing one of the more popular matchups in the current meta, which is Chane versus Control Katsu.
Yep, so the reason we're playing this matchup is to basically show how Chane can absolutely dominate a Katsu trying to use the strategy against them when the Chane player is switched on.
And you have a game plan for fatigue.
Exactly right. So you don't just willy-nilly wander into it, you have an idea and you have a plan, you can execute it, and you should beat the Katsu pretty much 100% of the time.
And when you know what variant of Katsu they're on, it makes it much easier to sideboard. So you want to be looking at around the tables, seeing like those top players who you're going to be versing. If they're planning to fatigue you, or if they're planning to race you. And so in the situation where they're planning to fatigue you, which we're playing today, you are playing the Alien Ironweave as your chess piece and cutting the Carrion Husk. You're cutting these because they're only in for Prism. And you're cutting the Gateway and the Rip Through Reality as a package deal. You're not expecting those arcane damage pings to go through. And thinning your deck is not necessarily something that you are interested in this matchup.
Because you're going to go through the whole thing. You're
going to go through it all anyway, so seeing it earlier doesn't really matter.
And if you're going for the aggro side, you're going to play the Carrion Husk and you're going to take out your cards for fatigue and you're going to play these instead. And what's the plan for when we don't know if the Katsu player is playing control or aggro?
So you want to cut out most of these anyway, and you want to be playing 1 Seeping Shadows and 1 Time Snap Potion as a hedge, so you take out the other copy of each, because they're your most awkward card a lot of the time. And you should maybe cut some of your blues, such as your Unhallowed Rites.
And in that case, we're swapping the Carrion Husk out of the Ironweave, so that we don't get absurdly punished by the first Surging Strike, Plunder Run, or what have you,
mainly because you're not running a Skull Cap as well.
You just need a little bit of armor to survive the aggro Katsu, if that is the case. You don't want to be walking into aggro Katsu with your fatigue set up and barely any armor. It's just, you're probably going to lose that matchup. It's really bad.
And so then from your side, we've got a Control Katsu list that was played on the weekend by Simon Austin Wallace.
I've made a few slight variations.
Dan wasn't happy with some of the choices.
Just to have a few cards. And there are probably some better choices that I could have made here and there, but
we're guessing on the sideboard plan. So we don't know for certain what it was. So this is an educated guess based on what we have seen.
So we know Unmovables were played against Chane on the day, but I don't like it, so we're cutting it. It's just a bit too inefficient and hard to set up, and I think our arsenal is going to be a little bit congested. So that's the same reason we're cutting 1 Springboard's Assault. Is that I want to keep my arsenal free for things like Flick Flag, Sink Belows, and snacks, and I don't want to get it all clogged up. Then we're cutting 2 block attack actions, so Push the Point, Surging Strike, and Life for Life. I'm meant to punish decks that don't like blocking, so decks that are being extremely aggressive to us, or that we're able to achieve 2-card hands for us, because these cards are very good in a 2-card hand scenario where you're pushing damage as the aim of the game. It's not here. Liam's deck count is far more important to me than his life total. We're cutting the Breaking Scales for the Ironhide Gauntlet, and we're playing Northern Boots instead of Snapdragon Scales, which should be here somewhere. This isn't ideal. We discussed afterwards that we'd rather play Ironhide Boots and play Northern Gauntlet, so that you can still play Snapdragons if you end up playing against Viscerai. But other than that, let's just get into it.
And then the dice roll doesn't matter in this one as much as it does in most of Chane's matchups. Because the game is going to stagnate at some point anyway.
Can we cut really quickly? I don't have a Katsu hero. Greg, can I please have a Katsu token?
Which one? I get like a Katsu hero token?
I forgot to get one. Talked about it.
We can just leave this in anyway.
Well,
so
we'll just have a quick. We'll just have a quick card. I want the nameless Katsu.
Just because Daniel's not prepared enough.
I know.
These are all arcane ones. If you see one,
it'll be in Crow as well.
Cool. Alright. Let's just start with dice roll.
Yeah.
So you just cut to when we roll dice.
Alright.
Okay. And we're back. Let's decide who starts. Alright,
yeah.
Your choice.
I will be starting. I don't really want to let you set up an arsenal early.
Yep.
I'm not going to be pushing damage, but I want to set up my arsenal.
Yep. And get your first chain counter going, right?
That's the one. This hand does a whole lot of nothing, really. So, when do we want to make this Soul Shackles? I think I want to filter these two cards out of my hand, arsenal this one. So, I think that means I am actually going to be, for a start,
just pitch the Seething Shadows to keep it in your deck.
Yeah, definitely want that one in my deck. And I'm not sure I want to play this.
Can you not like make a rune chant and then pitch this or something else?
I could make a rune chant. I also kind of want to come in with Nebula Blade for 4, but that probably doesn't matter as much. So we're gonna Soul Shackles first.
Yep.
Come in for 1.
I'll just block you.
Yep. Gonna make a rune chant.
Yep.
We're gonna Demigon for 3.
Yep. I'll just block you again.
Sure. And I'll arsenal this one.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, M1 pink.
Oh yeah, I'll pitch for that. Unicon 1.
Yep.
Okay. So I can't arsenal defense reaction and still Kadachi twice.
Which is kind of awkward.
So I think we're just going to try and push as much damage, which is still worth it against the fatigue deck because you limit how much blood debt they can stack up safely. So we're just going to go Kadachi for 1.
Take 1.
Kadachi for 2.
Take 1.
And then we're just going to flying kick for 7.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. I think I'm quite happy taking 4 here. And you get your draw.
Yeah, I draw off mask. See if I can get a reaction. Nope. I'm just going to arsenal and pass.
Yeah. So I'm going to flip my top card. And I think it's a little early for a Riftbind to be good, but that's what we got. So we're going to start with the Morvron Skies.
Yep.
Soul Shackles?
Yep.
Nebula Blade for 4.
This is why Nebula Blade is so good.
Yep, this is one of your best early game plays. It's just like this pressures your opponent so well.
Yep.
And just off any non-attack action.
We're just going to flick flag.
That's very good.
Yep.
So then I'm going to Unhallowed Rites for 4. We'll go again.
Yeah, I'll block it for 5 off the flick flag.
Yeah.
So this is why flick flag is such a powerful card as well.
And I will take 1.
I'd ideally like to keep it to arsenal it, but it's not always possible. I'm just going to Tunic.
At least seeing that added in means it's less likely that he's going to hit me really hard.
We're just going to come in for 1.
Yep.
And 6.
Not dominated though.
Not dominated.
And I'm not worried about on Hexed yet, so...
Okay, just taking damage.
Yep.
That's it.
Definitely don't need to use my armor as is.
Yep.
We're going to hit those 2. We're going to start with... this one, I think. E-Strike for 5 with Go again.
Yep.
So we're just going to like to put pressure on this turn and stop Daniel hitting us a bit more. Our life total is getting a little bit threatened.
I'll block 3 and take 2.
Yep. And Soul Shackles. Ghostly Visit for 4.
Yeah. Here I'm just going to block 3 and take 1.
I'm going to Command and Conquer. So it's one of the best cards I can
This
have
is
here.
actually a really good one. I've walked into it a little bit.
So Daniel has to aggressively save life total on this matchup. If you start leaking damage this early off these sort of attacks, you're going to be at a big disadvantage late game. So that's why I'm trying to push these sort of attacks that he has to block and is not likely to defense react. Like a Flick Flack I would see here, but other things probably not. And then I'm trying to punish that with the Command and Conquer.
I don't have a defense reaction. I can't block 6 either. So I'm actually just going to block 3 and where's my arsenal?
The snag being real awkward there, is it?
It's not, it's a sigil actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as a snag then, at least.
Yeah, so I'm just going to pitch 3, use a tunic resource and come in for 1.
Yeah, so I think I'm miles ahead because of that.
Yeah, it certainly... Command and Conquer is one of the best cards in this matchup.
Yeah.
I'm just going to gain 3 life.
Yeah. So bench 3. We will... Caesar Wagon.
Yep.
Shadowversa, banishing a Demigod.
Just coming in for 2?
Yeah. And 1 Arcane.
Okay. So you don't have any other seeds presented to me so far. So I'm presuming there's only 1 arcane damage coming this turn. So I'm just going to be okay with taking it.
Yep. And this is where cards like the blue Nourishing are very good in this list.
And my hand doesn't actually block very well.
Blue Consuming rather. Yeah.
So I'm just going to take this too, because there are probably more important things for me to block.
Yes, I'm going to Soul Shackles. I'm going to Bounding Demigod for 4.
Yep. I'm just going to block 3 and take 1.
And now I could play this and save a little bit of blood debt, but I think I'm just going to Nebula Blade for 4 and try and make him block a little bit more.
Yep, I'm going to Favour Send you.
Yep. And I'll Arsenal and take 3. Daniel's early draws have lined up pretty well with dealing damage actually.
Yeah. Well, apart from the last turn.
Yeah.
Oh, Katsu for 1 off Tunic.
Yes.
Damage! Here I'm just going to gain 3 life in Arsenal.
Well, that's very good for me.
Yeah.
Sorry, 4. Yeah.
It's just possible.
I had the -1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet as, yeah.
So this turn, I'm really looking to push damage.
So this is where Chane starts getting serious.
Yep, so I want to really turn the tempo around at the moment. So we're going to start by looking at our 3 Rift Binds. And you're going +1/+1 and draw 2. That could possibly be a go again turn. That's +1/+1.
Okay.
Super awarded.
Oh, what did you banish?
Oh, sorry. The Shadowversa.
Okay.
That's why it was the go again was awkward.
Yeah, alright.
But I'm gonna seeds, shadow, banish shadow for 3 and 2.
For 3 and 2.
So the second shadow was where I got really rewarded for choosing go again.
Yep. My hand is really awkward. But you have a decent interaction here. So I'm going to pitch and block 2 Arcane.
Yep.
And then we're just going to block 2 and take 1.
Yep. I'm going to shadow.
Double shadow on a seed stand. Oh,
I'm not sure I want to
good.
do that one, maybe. We'll see. Actually think I need to. Banish a Rift Bind.
Okay.
Come in for 3.
You got 2 resource remaining?
Yep.
I'm just going to take 3 here. 3.
Soul Shackles. Rift Bind for 6.
I'm going to snag you.
Sure. And it's still coming in for 4.
Yep. I'm just going to sink below and chuck a card on the bottom.
I'm gonna Unhallowed Rites for
You know when you sink something,
5.
you just draw the exact same card?
Yeah. All the
For
time.
5?
Yeah.
What's it getting plus from? Ah, yeah, sweet as. I'll block 3 and take 2.
Yeah. I'm gonna take 4.
Cool. On my turn, I'm just taking out Tunic and Arsenal.
Yep. Three, 4, 5. Really disappointed to see this banished.
Yeah,
it's a big part of my game plan here.
Play one by now.
Yeah.
Right?
So you have Arsenal to card, patch 1 last turn. Really hoping there's no snag this turn in particular. So we're going to come in for 2, plus 4 is 6, plus 2 is 8.
8. That is a lot of damage. I'm getting really screwed over by these other ones.
There's quite a few on the deck actually.
Yeah. It's just whether or not blocking here is worth my Tunic. I kind of think it is. Because I'm not actually going to get a lot of value from it from this point on.
Mm-hmm. So blocking it on hit that you see now is where you want to be?
Yeah. So I'm going to go... I'm going to block 6. And then come in with the blue Flick Flag to match for 8.
Yep. And this Riftbind is actually not very much damage. So we're going to try and sneak in 3 damage off this Riftbind.
You're allowed to.
Then we're going to make a Rune Chant.
Yep.
And come in for 4 and 1. And just try and save a little bit of life here. Expect to be blood dealing quite a lot in the next couple turns.
Do you have any resource?
None. So 1 and 4.
Okay. Does it have go again?
Oh, sorry, I need to pay for this. So I can't actually make the Rune Chant.
Look at this, man.
I forgot this cost 1.
Yeah. So you don't have go again on this?
No.
Okay, I'm just going to block you for 5.
Yep. I'll take 1.
Cool. Same ult.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to go in 3 in Arsenal.
Right.
And plus.
Yep. 4, 5, 6. This is not ideal. I just don't want to be taking all this damage.
Double seeds?
Yep. Riftbind for 2 and some number.
So it's 6.
6, yes, correct. Oh, actually, I'm pitching this away this turn.
It's pretty good. Fortunately, not the best breakpoint, so I'll just match it.
It's not. And you take 1?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just playing this out as a +1 this turn, which is not really the ceiling, but I want to be playing this. I want to be putting some cards back. So I want to get this Hell from Beyond back.
Yep.
And then come in for 2.
Yep. You have 2 resource floating?
2, yes.
And this is go again?
Yes. Nope. Did I go the wrong way? I think I meant to go.
Yeah, you banished 5 last.
I banished 6 this turn. Yeah.
Okay. 2. I'll just take it.
It's because he took it. I don't really want to be taking damage this turn, so I'm going to take the 1 here. I'm going to come in for 4 and try and get a block.
I'll block those.
Yep.
Cool. I'm just drawing up.
4, 7.
Alright.
So we're going to miss, a miss, and some hits.
So I've been a bit lucky this game. I haven't been plundered around. I've only been hit with 1 out of war.
Yeah, and I've got no time snap. No
eclipse and no time snaps. So this is honestly going the best it could possibly be for me right now. So a lot of your game plan has unfortunately fallen a bit flat due to how you've drawn. But we'll see if you can still get there.
I'm pretty sure you're sitting on a... what should I call it this turn? A snag. But I really, really want to push damage.
What makes you think it's a snag?
You've been sitting on an Arsenal card for a little bit.
But it would have been good to snag last turn, right? Like you had multiples. You had multiple Riftbind sitting there, and
I had one Riftbind, didn't I?
I think you played. Just played one, and you. Oh, okay.
There was a couple turns earlier where I had one, where it was after you played the first snag, which is where I played the multiple.
Yeah. But
that last turn.
There's a specific card that you disincentivize me to play, which is Flick Black.
Yes. By coming up for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's also that one. I'm not sure if you're running 2 or 3 snags. 3 would make it much more likely, whereas 2 wouldn't.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit bad.
Because also, of the top 4 cards you saw, none of them are arsenalable.
That's true.
So it makes you not want to use a Flick Flack if you have it as well.
Mm-hmm.
From Arsenal, cool.
Yep.
Okay.
So 2 arcane.
Yep.
1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 6, 8, 9.
Yep. How much can I deal with the on-hit effect of this? 5. I can actually match 9 and actually do it reasonably efficiently. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to block 3.
Yep.
7 opting.
Yep. And then a blue Flick Flack.
Yes. So it is the blue Flick Flack there, because although you attack me for 2, I knew you could only come in for weapon. I have 2 cards that I'm not going to arsenal, so it's just block and keep the Flick Flack. Flick Flack is worth more than 2 damage any day.
Yeah. I'd really like to filter another card, but I also want to arsenal one of these. Although it's not actually the worst arsenal to miss arsenaling it, so I might actually make a rune chant. Because because it's a red hell from beyond, and we're going to see it later anyway.
Yep.
So we're going to come in for 1 and 2, and kind of waste this Flick Flack.
Yeah, you got no reason.
And get my other hell from beyond back. Oh, other way.
You got no resource.
No resource.
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to block you for 5 and take 1.
I'm going to take 1 of my blood debt.
Yep. On my turn, I just cast on pass.
Yep. Oh, sorry, you take 2 arcane, right?
Did we do that?
I said it on the attack, but I don't think you did. You're on 28 at the start of the turn.
Yeah, okay, cool. Sweet as. Yeah, I'm just asking them. Drawing up.
These are all a little late.
Yeah.
So these are Eclipse back, so we're getting into our pitch now. Soul Shakers?
Yeah, up to 9.
Come on. Put back a red seeds.
So you don't see any other attack actions, 5, 6, 7, so 8, it's hard 9, to call what's going to follow.
13.
But do I think you can take an off turn here? Probably not.
Yep. I'm sorry, I should actually pitch differently to this to get this guy down my hand.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll just block for 3 with Flick Flack from hand.
Sensei.
Okay. It's pretty good against Flick Flick. Because it gets over by 1.
Yep.
I want to keep my arsenal, so I will defend.
Yep. Cool. I'm going to arsenal this.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, 2.
Cool. You had +1, not -1.
Yeah, no, I meant 2. I took 2. I took 3, but Eclipse isn't blood debt.
Yeah, but you healed yourself 1.
Yes, I took 3, and there's only 2 blood debt cards.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't see the -3 first of all.
So you're just passing?
Yeah.
So I believe there's 4, 8, 9 with...
Lucky last.
Actually, which order did I put my pitch in? So I should put them in that order. No, I should put them in that. So I want to banish this one, so I should put them back in that order. And then banish that one.
Okay. Yeah, something to think about.
Yes, something I'm not good at thinking about late game.
Count your deck when you're getting towards the end of the builds, into the things so you can see which
I think what's going to happen this game is we're actually just going to lose to the snag.
We'll see.
So we're looking at everything here. We'd really like to have a time snap potion. That would make a very, very big difference. I would like more resource as well, to be honest, but that's right. I'm going to start by activating the Evenfold.
Okay.
I'm going to banish another Riftbind.
Get your last card.
Draw a card. Oh, how many Riftbinds do I have? 2. So we're going to get my last card, which I know is blue. We're going to start with...
a few howls.
Seeping?
Yep.
Howl. That. So that's all my resource. So we're going to come in with Riftbind number 1.
Okay, so it's for 2, 6, 7, 8, 11 damage.
And 1 arcane.
Take 1. Sink below.
No snag is perfect for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna... Yeah, I didn't draw 1. So I'm gonna try and filter for 1.
It might actually mean I get there on this turn.
4, 8, 10, take 1.
Yep. And 1 arcane? Or did you take that already?
I took that, yep.
I'm actually going to respond, give it +1/+1 and go again.
I'll take 1.
Yep.
The next attack gets go again.
Yes. So we've got 1 resource.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm going to Riftbind for 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8.
I'll block 8.
Sure. We're going to Eclipse.
Yep.
Gonna Soul Shackles.
Yep.
Come in for 6.
Take 6.
I think I'm going to be slightly short on damage, but we will find out. That. And these 4.
Yeah. So you should probably... I think you're meant to either weave Howl before the second Riftbind.
Oh yeah, I missed 1 damage by that.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah. Well, we're going to either weave Howl, Riftbind here. So this is coming in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 11. Actually, we get exact lethal.
Nice.
We have to Snapdragons it.
Yep.
And then we go see Visit for 5.
Well done. That was very close.
Yeah, so that's the closest I've actually seen this matchup go. I think there was some smart blocks by Daniel. Unlucky not to see the last snag.
Yeah, so I think the main mistake I made throughout the game was not... because I had Flick Black on my Fate for Scenes, I was seeing a combo card just keeping it there so I can that I would have Flick Flack up,
yep.
which did actually save my bacon on the second Flick Flack I played, because it was the only one I had. But I think it does delay me getting to those other two snags. You see, they should be quite close to the top. Yeah, there's the snag was the next card, so I was one sync below off getting it. But
right.
The next one shouldn't be too far. Yeah.
I think we're a little bit hurt by the way we drew that game, or actually a lot hurt.
Yeah. Your deck underperformed.
Yeah, so I got one blue plunder run off that game, and that was it, and one Art of War.
Yeah.
I played 2 Shadow Puppetries, which is pretty good, but it's not the same impact as drawing 2 off Art of War multiple times. So that last one was a bad Art of War, right? It just gave go again and +1.
Exactly right. You don't have your deck to draw into.
Yes, and then so you want to be finding more of these to Arsenal. You definitely want to be playing these. It makes a massive difference having an extra attack at some point in the game.
Yeah, and getting an Eclipse off halfway through the game is also massive. Cause
so I had to pitch mine turn 2, which means I'm going to see it really late.
As you can see, like, it's actually quite difficult for Control Katsu to consistently have 6 damage off 2 cards when they're blocking this aggressively. Like, because a lot of the time it's just you're blocking out and you're keeping maybe like a Sigil or like a Flick Flack or something to Arsenal. You're not always got a blue to Dachi twice and a Amugenshi or something along those lines. Your
a lot of
inline
times this is
strike
going to be blocked out with Flick Flack, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cards.
These are the cards that can kill Ursa.
Yeah.
And you're not going to consistently have them. So an Ursa is actually fairly likely to stick in this matchup and just cause mayhem, taking 2 cards every single turn. And that's how you really lose. Card is extremely powerful in this matchup.
And so you might have noticed that I was just not worried about Mask at all. The card should not be very threatening out of this sort of deck. Don't worry about giving them a card draw. They're going to be holding up defense rate for Arsenal anyway, so you let them have another card that doesn't do anything. Not a lot of their threatening cards have go again. That actually get the mask off.
Now that I've actually played the matchup, I actually don't think the
mask was right.
Yeah, I think maybe
Saw's onto something.
Maybe Saw's onto something with the skull cap.
Yeah.
You got me for Xaxes, so.
Yeah, I also missed 1 damage on the last turn, so that's where it should even out. But that's a bit on how to play Chane versus Control. And you can see how it's definitely doable to fatigue Chane if they don't get to play to the game plan. But it also has all the tools to beat fatigue. These are the biggest one that I missed, and the Eclipse coming in turn 2 and having to pitch it, so it was really, really late. Really hurt. But that's a little bit of variance that you'll find in the matchup.
I think if your game plan is to fatigue Chane, I don't think you should think it's a very strong one. It's you might win. I think it's like a 20%, because if the Chane is switched on, they know what you're doing. They're going to play this way, and 9 times out of 10 they'll kill you. It's extremely difficult to survive. Even 2 Art of Wars in a single plunder run with a time snap. Just if anything goes a Chane's way at all, it becomes extremely difficult to recover.
That's sort of how to play Chane into the fatigue decks.
Cool. Hope you guys learned something.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, and leave a comment if you would change anything, or let us know how we did.
And we'll see you next time.
See ya.